I want you to picture this. You're walking down the street, gorgeous sunny afternoon, and all of a sudden, bam, you hear that deep, throaty roar of a luxury sports car just tearing past you. The custom paint is gleaming. Everyone stops, right? They stare. Some are totally in awe, and others, well, maybe they're feeling that sharp little pang of jealousy. We're going to unpack exactly what's firing off in your brain right then, and more importantly, what's actually going on in that driver's bank account.
Because look, when you see that flashy ride and everyone's heads turning, your gut instinct is just to assume, wow, that person has got it made. They are wealthy. And honestly, it makes total sense that we think that way. We've been relentlessly conditioned by movies, society, and that never-ending scroll of Instagram influencers to measure success entirely by what we can see. We're basically hardwired to believe that the bigger the house, the newer the car, or the crazy expensive watch means immense success. But are they actually wealthy? Or is it just a really, really expensive performance? Because the reality? It's very often a total illusion.
Here is the absolute, unvarnished truth of that moment. You do not know their bank balance, you don't know their investment portfolio, and you sure don't know their debt. The only factual piece of data you have when that car speeds by is their spending. Literally, you just know they spent a lot of money. Now, sure, maybe they've got millions quietly stashed away in index funds and they're doing amazing. But they can also be sweating bullets every single time the repo man drives down their street, completely drowning in high-interest debt just to make the lease payment on that thing. Appearances don't reveal someone's financial reality, they only ever reveal their spending habits.
Let's just look at the basic math here. Say that car cost 50 grand. The exact second someone drops $50,000 on a car just to look richer, well, mathematically speaking, they've just become $50,000 less wealthy. Poof, gone. That $50K vanishes, traded in for a depreciating asset and a fleeting image of success. They literally have $50,000 less to their name than they did 5 minutes ago before signing that paperwork. It's kind of wild when you think about it. It's one of the biggest financial illusions in the modern world. We judge wealth strictly by what's visible, completely ignoring the massive chunk of actual wealth that just got permanently vaporized to buy that visibility.
So, to really understand why we fall for this, we have to untangle a massive linguistic and societal mix-up between two words. We toss these words around like they mean the exact same thing, but they are actually total opposites. I'm talking about being rich versus being wealthy. Most folks honestly never learn the fundamental difference between these two concepts, and man, that costs them their financial independence. We're going to separate them right now, because frankly, anyone with a decent credit score can look rich, but very, very few people have the discipline to become truly wealthy.
Okay, so being rich, that is all about today's income. It's having the cash to buy expensive stuff right now, today. It's visible, it's flashy, and it's actively begging for attention and validation from everybody else. Wealth, on the exact flip side, is totally different. Wealth is invisible. True wealth is made up of all the things you don't see. It's the luxury car they didn't buy, the pricey vacation they pushed off, the designer watch that is still sitting right there in the jeweler's display case. It's the money quietly compounding and a brokerage account literally working for you while you sleep. Basically, rich is about today's ego, while wealth is all about tomorrow's choices and long-term security.
It's exactly like the old saying goes, rich is loud, wealth is quiet. The folks who build lasting, generation-changing wealth, they rarely feel this burning need to prove it to anybody. They aren't trying to impress random strangers on the sidewalk, and they absolutely are not trying to win the approval of people they don't even know on social media. Real wealth just wasn't designed to impress people. It's designed to buy you something entirely different, something way more personal and infinitely more valuable than a luxury logo, which actually we're going to dive into in just a sec.
Let's bring this down to earth with a real-world scenario. Imagine two neighbors living side by side in the exact same suburban cul-de-sac. Let's call them the flashy spender and the quiet saver. Now, both of these guys earn the exact same income. They bring home the exact same paycheck every single month, work similar jobs, have the same family size. But they have fundamentally, radically opposed views on what to do with the cash hitting their checking accounts.
Neighbor 1, our flashy spender, blows nearly everything on luxury just to look like a boss. Closet full of designer clothes, a brand new car in the driveway every couple of years, the absolute newest smartphone always in their pocket. Everything looks pristine, and everyone in town just assumes they are crushing it. Then you look at neighbor 2, the quiet saver. They deliberately avoid all those unnecessary upgrades. They drive a super reliable, maybe kind of boring car they paid off like 5 years ago. They completely ignore passing consumer trends, and instead they just patiently and consistently funnel their extra cash into investments. Honestly, from the outside looking in, their lifestyle makes them look entirely ordinary.
Now, if the world was perfectly stable and the economy never took a hit, these two might just keep coasting along like this forever. But we all know the world isn't stable. Companies downsize, recessions hit. So what happens if both of these neighbors walk into work tomorrow and get handed pink slips?
Well, that illusion of appearances instantly shatters. When the income dries up, being rich, which relies 100% on today's cash flow, just collapses. The flashy spender is immediately spiraling. Sleepless nights, right? Within weeks, those massive bills are piling up. Since their impressive lifestyle depends completely on the next paycheck, they are trapped. They have to frantically grab the absolute first job they can find, no matter how miserable it is. But neighbor two, the quiet saver who looks so ordinary, they're totally calm. They might even take a month off just to breathe. Because they build a deep financial cushion, they have the ultimate luxury, the time to think, the freedom to recover, and the power to pivot their career on their own terms.
You see, money's greatest utility is not buying luxury or feeding your ego. Its true ultimate purpose is to buy you options. It buys you the unshakable power to walk away from a toxic boss without even blinking. It buys you profound independence from the whole rat race. It buys you uninterrupted time with your family when they actually need you. That is the magic of what wealth truly provides. Listen, every single purchase you make just to feed your ego is a purchase that mathematically cannot be used to build your future freedom. It's a direct trade-off. The financial author Morgan Housel hit the nail on the head when he wrote, "Wealth is what you don't see." I mean, just think about the sheer weight of that for a second. The invisible wealth that nobody sees today. The unspent cash, the untouched investment just quietly compounding in the background. That is exactly what becomes the absolute, untouchable freedom that everyone is going to wish they had tomorrow. The goal was never to look rich to some random person walking past you on the street. The actual goal is to build a life where money no longer dictates your daily decisions. So, to help you step off this exhausting treadmill of just buying stuff to look good and step into actual, tangible wealth building, we aren't going to leave you with just theory today. Straight from day 13 of our source material, we've got a very specific, actionable challenge for you. This is exactly how you start actively rewiring your mindset from just looking rich to actually becoming wealthy. All right, here's the playbook. 3 simple steps. First, open up your bank statement today and take a hard look at your last 30 days of spending. Second, I want you to find just one purchase. Maybe it's a premium subscription you bought just to look smart, or some high-end clothing meant to impress strangers at a restaurant. Just find one expense that exists purely to maintain an image. Third, make the conscious choice to cut it. Eliminate it completely, and aggressively redirect that exact amount of cash towards your investments. Even small shifts like this, if you repeat them consistently, they create massive, lasting freedom. You've got to start paying your future self before you pay your temporary desires.
Because at the end of the day, the less you need to impress people, especially people you don't even know, or let's be real, don't even like, the easier it becomes to build actual, lasting wealth. Don't blow your hard-earned money proving you're rich to the world. Instead, build a life where your peace of mind and your total freedom speak for themselves. So right before you make your very next flashy purchase, before you tap that card for an upgrade you know you don't really need, I want you to ask yourself a tough question. Are you building a lifestyle that traps you? Or are you building a future that liberates you? Decide today if you want to simply look rich, or if you are finally ready to do the quiet work of being truly wealthy. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I really hope this fundamentally changes the way you look at every single dollar you spend going forward.